Hi everyone, my name is Tristan Bogus, and I am a Beachbody coach. I want to tell you a little bit about my own story today. Let's start back in the start of middle school, which is 6th grade. For those of you who don't know, which most of you should know, but you may have junior high, which is 7th grade, so on and so forth. But 6th grade, I started 6th grade. I was always that even growing up as a kid, I was probably skinny until I was about 5 or 6. But after that, I started getting a little mass to me. Like most kids, you gain a little fat, and then you shoot up, you grow. Well, the problem was, as I was growing up and out, and I started 6th grade at 11 years old at probably 130, 135 pounds, right in that area. Which is, not huge for a 6th grader. I wasn't one of these kids that were, massive by no means. But it was, it was one of those things where, I was still self-conscious about my own weight. So, as we go through middle school, and we get into high school, I started 9th grade, freshman year, as a 200-some pound guy. I was wearing size 38 jeans at age 14. A lot of people don't know that. I was pretty massive. I was tall, but right through my stomach area, you could tell that I was big. And I hit, the 10th grade year, my sophomore year, and, I had gym class, and it was in the spring and stuff, so we got to go outside and do things. And I slimmed down. I was probably about 240 before I started gym class in high school. And I slimmed down to about 210. That's about the lowest I got. And I went from 38s to 36s. So that was really cool. I really enjoyed that. I was like, oh man, this is awesome. I lost this weight, and I'm doing all this stuff. And then, I kind of maintained it through the junior and the senior year of high school. I graduated at about 234 pounds. And then, after that, I started college that fall. This was 2005, I graduated. I graduated at 234, and then I started college in the fall. For those of you who know, college is a place where you're going to gain a little bit of weight anyway, because you've got food everywhere. It's all fast food. It's all bad for you. And I was no exception. But the only problem was, mine wasn't the freshman 15. Mine was about the freshman 40. I went from about 234 to about 265, 270 in about 6 months. I exploded with weight. And it wasn't a good feeling. I only completed 1 semester of college. I quit college. I was working at this grocery store part-time as a manager. Or I was actually full-time as a manager at that point. It was about 42 hours a week. I was busting it. I was going left and right. I was trying to make some money this way. And then, I completely let my nutrition and everything go straight to trash, basically. I had really nothing, in all honesty. I had nothing. I had this little tiny job. I had really no friends. I had my family, but, they're always there. That's different. I had no friends. I had no girlfriend. I had nothing. I was depressed. I wasn't happy. I didn't know what to do with my life, what I wanted to do with my life. I was basically lost. I was out there just cruising through day by day, just trying to come up with something in my life that I wanted to do. And it was a bad time. I had no purpose in life. I had nothing. It was just one of those things where, like I said, I was just floating through space. I was going day by day, doing nothing. Well, excuse you. Sorry, lost. Where was that? Oh. So, after I quit college, I stuck that little tiny grocery store job, manager job, for about 2 years after that. And I didn't slim down any. Working at a grocery store, there's food everywhere, so there's always food somewhere. And that led me to start eating more and more fast food, just complete total amounts of fast food. I'm talking like going to Burger King, getting a triple Whopper, and still being hungry after eating that. That is how big I was. It was downright ridiculous how much I was eating, the calories I was intaking, all the protein from those burgers and stuff I was just divulging onto my body that I didn't want to be there, but food was my crutch. That is what I ate. You know, I was not a happy person. I may have looked like a happy person, but I wasn't. I mean, I was deep, deep, deep down. And I still struggle with some of that stuff today. That is just part of who I am and where I've come from. But, like I said, I was eating that. That was 2 years. 2 years of doing just crap. I mean, I wasn't doing anything physical. I wasn't doing anything to help my nutrition. I was just there. So that was then about 2008. About the probably January or so, at the beginning of 2008. I stepped on the scale at my grandmother's house. I looked down. I saw a little red needle in the middle, spin around, and hit that 300 mark. It was right then and there that I knew I had to do something to change my life and just help me be a better person. So right then I started the next day. I'm talking next day. I went to work. Instead of eating whatever I wanted to eat, I started eating healthier stuff. I started eating fruits and, you know, vegetables and stuff like that. I got off all the pop, everything like that. Any type of carbohydrate, dark pops is what I stopped drinking. I still drink Sprite and stuff like that, but I got off all the caffeine, everything like that. And I did pretty good. In a couple months, I lost about 20 pounds or so. It was then I got a new job. I quit the grocery store and I got a new job, being more of a labor-intensive type of job. I was outside pretty much every single day. I was sweating. I was throwing stuff. I mean, I was doing all kinds of stuff. So that lost me I got down to probably about 220 over the course of about 3 years. And that's when the weight started going back up. I went from 220 to about 230, and then 240, and then 250, and then I hit like 260, 265 again. And I was like, I can't do this anymore. I mean, I've got to find something that helps me get into shape. I'm a person that has never really worked out a day in their life. I'm talking zero. Outside of what we did, gym class in school, I haven't done anything. Weightlifting, none of that. I'm talking, I could barely hang on a pull-up bar, let alone do a pull-up. And push-ups, forget about it. I mean, I may be able to go. I'm not going low. I can tell you that right now. But, so I was like, I've got to do something. I heard about P90X. I had a couple of friends at the time who've talked about it. So yeah, I did this, I've done all this stuff. So I was like, let's buy it. Let's buy it and let's do it. Let's see if it can help me get in shape. And guess what? It did. It did. That first week was an absolute brutal nightmare. I mean, I'm talking every part of my body was sore. I think the only thing that wasn't was my eyelashes. Just because I couldn't feel them. That's pretty much the only reason why they weren't sore. I mean, chest and back and abs day one, and then the next day I had a meeting for 6 hours and I just sat there, and I was just tight. Shoulders, chest, triceps, everything, abs, the whole 9 yards. I was just like, oh my God. Like, I could go like this and it just be pain. Not really pain, just soreness. And it was ridiculous. Day two was much the same. Plyo, jumping around, all that stuff. Next day, couldn't hardly walk. It hurt to walk. But I kept pushing play. I kept doing it. you know, day after day for 90 days, I just kept going, kept going, kept going. And then guess what? At the end of those 90 days, I had lost probably about 40 pounds. I was about 210 pounds at the end of 90 days. And guess what? I did it again. I did P90X a second time. And then that got me in a little bit better shape. And then that is when I became a coach. Became a coach and got on Shakeology. I was like, you know, they hear all this talk about Shakeology. Let's get on it and see what it's about. It's awesome. I love it. I drink it every single day. And also, then at the same time I got Shakeology, I bought P90X2 as well. And that is just a whole other animal compared to P90X. That is ridiculous. That is crazy. That is insane. I did 3 rounds of it. Back to back to back. Not skipping a beat. Maybe one rest day in between the rounds. Nothing like that. I just went straight after it. So after that, then I got into Insanity. I did an entire round of Insanity. And it was, whoa boy. That first week, first 2 weeks, I mean, I'm talking glutes were just sore. My whole lower body was just like, no way, not happening. It's not me. And, that was brutal. That was so brutal. But then, you know, I am now at this point. I have just restarted P90X. I'm on week 2, at the end of week 2 right now. I am on day 18. Is it 18? 19 of working out straight. I'm tired. I'm taking the next couple of days off. Ugh, sue me. But I am so proud of myself, because now I am no longer that 300-pound guy that said no to everything. I am now 185 pounds of man. I'm a yes man now. I do all kinds of stuff now. Like right after this, I'm going to go and I'm going to play basketball for 2 hours tonight. Just because I am able to do so now. It used to be, you wouldn't see me on a court. You wouldn't see me hardly out of the house. I would just sit in my room, sit inside, do nothing, play video games, and just do nothing with my life. Now, I'm a go-getter. I go out, I do things, because I am focused on getting better. I'm focused on being better. I want to be that person that people see, and they're like, oh, wow, you know, you're doing all this stuff, and, you know, how can I do this stuff, and, you know, you've lost all this weight and all this stuff. I mean, there are people that I went to high school with. This was just, how long ago was it? 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, that don't even recognize me anymore. I'm talking, I went from being the big guy, the fat guy, if you will, you know, the guy that, you know, he may have been smart, but he had really no future ahead of him because he never did anything. Now, I'm 185 pounds. I'm that type of guy now that I want to do everything. To a certain extent. I'm not going to skydive and forget that. I mean, no, ain't happening. But I want to do everything. And it's to the point now where my workouts and the stuff that I do every day, whether it be coaching or whatever else, it's always focused on getting better. I want to be better. I want to be that kind of person that is just, basically, I want to be a goal for someone else. I want to be that guy, you know? I mean, going from 300 pounds to 185 pounds, that's pretty, it's pretty cool. You know, I like that. I mean, there's other people that have done even more than that. I mean, look at, your Richard Neal that lost 242 pounds, or your Jeremy Yost, 90-some pounds. And they have done amazing things. They've lost more weight than me. But I want to be the example. I want to be that person, you know? I just want to be the person that people look to. It's like, he did it, I can do it too. That is my goal. And I think that's a pretty good goal. I mean, I'm a motivator anymore. I motivate people to get better. When people drink pop around me, I kind of tell them to throw it away. I mean, it's just that type of nutritional part of it that's just so amazing to me that I have learned so much over the past year and a half. I started P90X in January 26, 2012, and here it is, almost the end of July 2013, and I have lost so much weight. I have done amazing things in just the past year alone, and it is awesome. My life is awesome right now. I have done so much stuff, and I just want to be, go out and do more. I want to do more, like that AT&T commercial. We want more, and I want more. Life isn't about sitting down every day, all day long, and then getting up, getting in your car, going to work, coming back, sitting down at work, getting up, coming back to your car, sitting down, driving back, coming into your house, sit down, eat a gigantic meal, and go to bed. It's more than that. Look at this. See this? This is outside. It's amazing. Out here, you could do all kinds of things, but people don't realize it. Go for a run. Go for a bike ride. Do something. A hike even. It's amazing to just get out into the world and just view all this amazing stuff. But people choose not to do it. And it's killing them not doing anything. Because when you do nothing, you get nothing. That's just how it is. And I just want to make them see that. That is my goal, is to motivate them to say, let's go outside for a while. Let's do something outside. It's the middle of summer. Go to the pool. Don't just sit there on your porch or in your house with a little spritzer bottle spraying yourself in the face. Go and get in the pool. Just because you're a few pounds overweight doesn't mean you can't go outside and do something. Granted, I was the guy that never took his shirt off. Ever. Ever. The only time I ever took my shirt off was when I went and took a shower. I'm talking, it was ridiculous. Because I didn't want to be seen without my shirt on. I looked hideous. I looked gross. But now, I don't care to show off a little bit. I mean, look at that. That's pretty decent, right? So, it's all about finding that thing in your life that you're passionate about, which if you haven't been able to figure out, this is it for me. I am so focused on helping people that it's starting to get ridiculous. I mean, I'm just trying to find new ways to reach out to people and show them that if they put a lot of hard work into it, if they eat the right things, if they do the right stuff, and just try. Push that play button and just try, that they too can get amazing results. And I hope that this video will show some of you that it is possible for you, even if you're 5, 10, 20, 50, 80, whatever pounds you are overweight, that you can get in shape and you can help people and you can be that polarizing effect on someone's life. So, like I said before, my name is Trenton Vargas. I'm a Beachbody coach, and I just want to wish all of you out there the best luck and hope that my success story has helped you in some sort of way, whether it be through, nutrition type stuff, exercise type stuff, anything like that. I just hope that you realize that, life is meant to be more than being overweight and stuffing your face full of food. So, thank you all, and see you soon.